Come and see. That's what Bartholomew's childhood friend Philip said to him after he first mentioned Jesus in the first chapter of John. Bartholomew, also called Nathanael, was sitting in the shade of a delicious fig tree. Philip told him about a man of God from Nazareth. Nazareth? People from Nazareth were kind of weird. After all, Bartholomew had grown up just a few villages over in Cana. How could anything good come from Nazareth? He asked. Come and see, Bart, Philip said. And he went to see the rabbi Jesus. And from the beginning, Jesus seemed to know him as if they had grown up together. Soon, Bartholomew began to see what had made Jesus so special. The next day, they went with Jesus to a friend's wedding in John chapter 2. For some reason, they started to run out of wine. And Jesus' mother asked Jesus to take care of it. What was Jesus going to do? After all, he was a carpenter, not a winemaker. But the wait staff soon began to pour out some of the most delicious wine anyone there had ever had. When asked where they got it, they simply pointed to Jesus in awe. That was the first miracle that Bartholomew witnessed, but it wasn't the last. Over the next few years, he saw many more amazing things from Jesus. He would heal people with diseases. He would cause the blind to see and the deaf to hear. There were scary things like seeing people possessed by evil spirits changing and they're charging at them, and immediately they would leave the person at Jesus' command. One time they were in a terrible storm in the middle of a lake, and the disciples thought they would surely drown. And Jesus woke up from his nap, told the wind and waves to be quiet, and everything went silent. I tell you, you'd have to see it to believe it. In the weeks approaching the Passover, as the disciples made their way to Jerusalem, Jesus had been talking about dying and after 3 days rising again. They weren't exactly sure what he meant, but by that time, Bartholomew had come to realize that even though he doesn't understand what the future may hold, if he were to keep his eyes on Jesus, things would turn out all right. Who in your life do you need to say, come and see, just like was said to Bartholomew? Who in your life needs to experience the life-transforming power that comes from Jesus? Throughout your day, open up your eyes to what God is doing in our world and think of ways you can invite others to come and see what Jesus is up to.